that was unexpected. So that was the Hornady Steel Match 55 grain. Next, we'll be using the Federal Fusion 62 grain out of a Lancer magazine. No problems there. Went in easy, locked right up. So far I'm impressed with the Lancer magazine. No problems at all with the Lancer magazine. Now finally, we're going to do the Federal Gold Medal Match 68 grain. And this is going to be in one of my very old Colt 20 round military issue magazines that I've had forever. And it's never failed me. So I don't expect it to fail me now. Well, there we go. Yeah, I think I need to do some adjustment on my magazine catch. How many was it? 6? Oops. Apparently, I forgot I had loaded more in here than 5. So, anyway, that concludes this portion of our upgrade report, accuracy test. I can report that so far, other than maybe needing a little adjustment on the magazine release, there have been 0 malfunctions from the weapon. Didn't really expect any. The Rock River Arms 2-stage National Match trigger is a vast improvement over that stock military trigger that I had in it previously. That the original trigger, I believe, was something like 9 pounds, and about what you'd expect from a military issue trigger. This one, I'm not sure what it measures, but it is considerably better and crisper than the military trigger. That should hopefully help with my group size. The barrel, I'm already certain is going to make a difference in my group size from before. Not that there's anything wrong with a Colt barrel, because that's what mine was before, an original Colt barrel. But I can pretty much tell just from the groups I got during the sight-in with the 62 grain mill serp that the groups with it were already tighter than what they were before, and roughly about 3 inches at 100 yards, and for 20 to 25-year-old military surplus green tip ammo, that ain't bad. So I'll be interested as you are, probably more, to find out what these other ammos grouped out of this barrel. And so we're going to go ahead and get things packed up here, and we will meet you back in the man cave for target analysis, review, and whatever else we can think of. Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56, and welcome back to reloading bench number 1 here in the man cave. We just got back from the range, and we're going to do a little bit of target analysis. Before I start showing you the targets and the groups on the groups that I shot today, I want to explain something. I want to explain why they're so lousy. These groups I shot today are subpar even for me. And the reason is what I touched on earlier, that because of my medical conditions and some of my medications, I always have a certain amount of shakiness to my hands and my head and such. And some days it's worse than others, and some days it's a lot worse than others. Well, it just figures that my luck today, when I'm trying to shoot for accuracy, today was one of the bad days. And so the lousy groups you're going to see are in no way the fault of the gun, the barrel, or the ammunition. And I want to let you know that I fully intend in the very near future to do this same accuracy test once again on a day when I'm not as shaky. And I'll also have a second shooter with me who doesn't have the shakiness problems and has better eyesight than me. We'll shoot another target with the same ammo in the same way, so that we can get a better idea of the actual accuracy potential of the ammunition and the gun by taking my shaky hands and lousy eyesight out of the equation. Okay. Now that I've told you that, let me show you today's after target. Okay. Okay. John, you got it zoomed in? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, we started with the SS-109 62 grain green tip. And I'll have to say that considering my shakiness and considering the consistency of military surplus ammo like this, that this is not a really terrible group. The group measures at its longest edges, it measures 3.5 inches. You can see it here. Okay? The next one actually surprised me. This is the Georgia Arms 55 grain ammo that I've had in an ammo can for somewhere around, at a minimum of 20 years, possibly up to 25. And I believe this is their, I don't remember if this is new, yeah, it's newly manufactured. It was their newly manufactured ammo. I've always had good results with Georgia Arms ammo, and I always highly recommend it. This one measured 2.5 inches, which really surprised me considering the fact that, you know, my hands were so shaky. Now, next we have the Hornady Steel Match 55 grain. This one measured 3 inches, which is not real good for match ammo, and I'm sure this ammo can do better, but considering my shakiness, that's not too bad. Then we have the Federal Fusion 62 grain. This is another 3.5 inch group. And I know it can do a lot better. The one that thoroughly surprised me, and yet, on the other hand, didn't surprise me because I knew, because this was the last group that I shot, and I also shot more rounds than I realized. I knew when I was shooting it this was going to be the worst one, simply because at that point my neck, my head, and my hands were just really shaking badly. And I did the best that I could. So in no way can you blame Federal Gold Medal Match 68 grain ammo. This is all entirely me. Okay? The next time I do this, I expect to see these groups tighten up considerably. Especially when you consider the same ammo shot out of a standard Colt barrel with a 9-pound military trigger in the before target, which I will now put up for comparison. Okay. Now, when you look at this, maybe remember that I had incorrectly adjusted the windage on my scope, and that's why everything is way off to the left. But on the before one, the SS-109 did 2.5 inches, which I thought was outstanding for that. The Georgia Arms did 3.5 inches, so I actually managed to get it better today. The Hornady Steel Match went into 1 inch, which is outstanding, and so that's why I know it can do a lot better. And I did not shoot the Federal Fusion on the before one because I didn't have any. I did shoot the Federal Gold Medal Match, and as you can see, 1.25 inches. So that's proof that this is all me. Alright, well this pretty much sums up my AR15 upgrade report up to this point. As I said, I will be redoing the accuracy test and videoing and reporting on that just as soon as I can, and so you can see, we can both see what my upgrades actually accomplished. So until then, this is Spec Ops 56 and my faithful cameraman, Man Friday, and all around good friend John, saying see you next time and good shoot.